Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Altitude Sickness Podcast. I am Tony, and today I'm just being joined by Drew. How are we doing?
Good. I said I'd be happy with 2-4 that on last week's games, and the Rockies flipped that, and we went 4-2.
Oh,
Could
yeah.
not be happier, especially beating the red hot D-backs and winning a series in San Francisco. So
Yeah,
happy overall.
for sure. I agree with that. I think this was the first. We'll get to it, I guess. But it's just it was a good week of baseball for the Rockies. It was like you said. I think we discussed like if we can win two of these games because that's how we're about. That's how we like go about avoiding the 100 losses. We got to win one of three and get a few more, and we did that this week. Like we avoided going on one of those crazy bad stretches because this was also including the three games in St. Louis last week. This is the longest road trip for the Rockies this year, and it was 9 games, I think. And I mean, I've seen this Rockies team in the last few years have these stretches where they would go 1-8. Like I've seen those stretches before, and the fact that in total they went 5-4 is what they went on their road trip. It's just crazy. Um, and it was just all around pretty good baseball from the Rockies. Uh, but to start it off, like we said, they went into the desert after St. Louis went to Arizona to face off against the Diamondbacks, who have been playing pretty well, and I mean they're in a playoff spot right now. Like they've been a good team, and the Rockies, not as good. So it was a big test for them. And unfortunately, the first game was not a good was a bad tone setter for sure. Gabe Hughes continues to struggle like really bad. He pitched only 4 innings, allowed 7 runs with 3 walks as well. Just not good stuff. And then he also had 3 strikeouts. And the offense was just completely blanked. It was so unmemorable, and they got shut out. It was a 9-0 loss. Like I don't even have anything else on that. That was just about the worst way it could have started. And honestly, that was where I was like, well, that's great. That's a good start. Uh, so how are we gonna?
But at least if they were going to give up 9 runs, they were going to score 0.
Yeah.
There's none of the give up 7 runs in 4 innings, then fight back, and then just lose 11-9.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm glad that it happened. I'd rather have it happen that way.
Yeah, I agree. I
than
agree.
spoil a good hitting game on when
On bad pitching. Mm-hmm. And so luckily the next day, the way that the rotation is right now with Hughes going, luckily we got the bounce back with none other than Tomoyuki Sagano doing his thing. And he just, again, did... I think I've read off this exact stat line 5 times this year, maybe 5 or 6 times. 6 innings with only 2 earned runs and 5 strikeouts. Like, he just did his thing again. And I think the only 2 runs were solo home runs, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
I think they were both solo home runs in the first inning, and I remember being like, oh, great, that's perfect. But then in the back of my mind, I was also like, well, that's probably the only thing he's going to allow. And who would have guessed it? He just shuts down the good Arizona offense for 5 more innings. And it's like, I will take that every single day of the week. And then throughout the game, Rockies offense got pretty stymied. They were not doing that great. And then just an absolutely huge home run, 2-run home run from Kyle Karros. There's like a fastball up and in, and he just pulled his hands in like he's done quite a few times this year and just blasted out to left field. Ammoniac sac fly ended up giving them the lead. Overall, I will say that the offense was not amazing again, but they grinded out this win, and the pitching kept them in there, and it was a good win. Unfortunately, what happens, as Kyle Karros did hit the home run, the next inning on a ground ball that was between short and third, him and Tovar went to go get it at the same time, and they just didn't see each other, and Kyle Karros' head like slams into Tovar's shoulder, and he actually got pulled from the game, and he was placed on the 7-day concussion IL after this game. And so we still don't have him, but I believe that he's looks to be back after those 7 days. So I expect him to be back, and so then they'll have to make another roster move. And I'm not gonna lie, I could see some other move being made, which I don't know what it'll be, but I could see another maybe DFA or something, a removal. I don't want to see anyone honestly get sent down right now, because we'll talk about a guy in a little bit that we've been iffy on, but I think he's proved that I think he, until he plays bad enough to get sent down, shouldn't be. And we'll talk about him later. But again, bullpen did their thing too after Sugano. It was Herget, Bernardino, and Romano. He closes out, and the Rockies get a pretty good grinding win, a 3-2 win. A good bounce back, honestly, from the 9-0 blowout. So really good stuff. And then so the rubber match, which we talked about last week. I think I got the notes last year. What did we say? They going into this 3-13 going into this week. They were 3-13 in rubber matches, and lucky for them, they had 2 different rubber matches that they had to play for. And for this one, they pulled out the win. Feltner had a pretty solid game after having a few stinkers recently. I feel he pulled out a solid game. 5 innings with only 2 earned runs, 3 walks. I feel like he's been walking more guys recently, and only 2 strikeouts, so not a lot of strikeout stuff. But again, he kind of grinded out the win, and I think this was the day that the Rockies faced off against Merrill Kelly, who usually, if you know anything about Merrill Kelly, he usually just lays his wang out and just makes them like he just destroys the Rockies, bro.
Well, and the last time Merrill Kelly faced the Rockies back in May, he threw a shutout. Or no, he threw a complete game.
A complete game.
One
only a home run from Goodman at Coors Field, and that was the only thing he allowed. But luckily, the Rockies got to him this time and absolutely crushed. Let's see. Sullivan had a huge 3-run home run, which we're going to talk about him later. That dude deserves a shout out for doing what he's been doing. Veen, in his first start since being recalled, hits a massive 2-run home run into the pool in Arizona, which was super cool. Harold Castro had 2 hits, including a double and an RBI. So the offense. Oh, did I say Harold Castro, bro?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
that's lore.
Crazy.
That's
no
knowledge.
Willie Castro. I'm sorry, I do not mean to put them in the same conversation because they are not. But Willie Castro had 2 hits with the double and RBI, and the Rockies really avoided some like catastrophe here. This is a classic. Rockies could have easily lost this game. The Rockies walked 10 batters in this game. They absolutely did not deserve to win, but they found ways to get huge double plays when they needed it, and they wiggled out of them, and they hold on to win 6-4.
And I believe this was the game before where they faced Merrill Kelly, or was that this game?
I believe it was this game because they kind of shelled Merrill Kelly.
Yeah. So actually, funny enough,
I'm making sure.
I believe in the last.
Yeah, Merrill Kelly was that last game.
In the last 4 innings, the Diamondbacks they had bases loaded in all 4 of the final innings and only scored 1 run out of all 4 of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is crazy, especially for Rockies pitchers that can be shaky in high leverage situations.
Yeah. Yep. But the Rockies pull out a win there. Very good stuff. Very good stuff indeed. But yeah, just walking 10 guys and still winning the game is just insane. But it's a gutsy win, and they pull out the series win, and again, against a team that they've really struggled against recently, especially because the Diamondbacks have been so good. So, and going into the desert when they're in a hot streak, because the Diamondbacks had just beat the Dodgers, I believe, right before that. So they were riding a high, and we came in and said, nope, our turn to win a series for once.
Another thing, too, since they are fighting for that wild card spot with the Padres and another team, this may come back to bite them.
Yeah.
We're at the point in the season where if they don't make it by 1 game, they're going to look back and be like, wow, we couldn't beat the Rockies 2 out of the 3 games we played.
Well, because that's the thing, is that both of these games, looking at it from the Diamondback, I mean, they had a 2-0 lead going into the 6th, which, whatever, but like, you couldn't score 1-2 more runs against a bullpen that objectively is not good. Like that's the thing. And like only after starting out really hot against Sagano, you could only muster 2 runs. But I don't care. It's not my problem. So
and since Sugano only pitched in that series, I'm just gonna say, bring it back.
Oh,
that's all
I 100% agree. I think they've got some choices to make this year or this offseason, and we'll see later. We'll talk about another move that they had to make, which I think writing was on the wall, honestly, for a very long time. But I think it's pretty clear that he's been the most stable guy in this rotation. I am totally fine with him coming back. Even if he's going to be you'll sign him as your 5 starter. Like he's just going to be back end, just stalwart. You know what you're going to get with him. I do not mind it. He seems to like it here too, and I think a lot of the Rockies like him too. Like I think he is a good fit here, and I do really like it, like him.
And especially because it's obvious that the Rockies, a couple of Rockies starters are going to go on the 60-day IL every year.
Yeah.
And so there aren't a lot of young talent loaded. Like we'll get some guys back from injury, but Sugano's he's 12-5. He's 12-5 as a Rockies starting pitcher, especially with a team that's this bad by record. You have to bring him back, and age can't be a thing because he's already 34. So honestly thought he was older than 34, but he's only 34. I looked it up today. But the difference between 34 and 35 probably isn't much decline. And even if he does decline a little bit, oh well, he will still probably be the best Rockies starting pitcher next year.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see a world. Is he on a 1-year deal?
I believe he is on a 1-year deal.
Bring him back. He probably doesn't cost very much. He probably costed less than Lorenzen. So
I believe he did. I think it was like a $5 million. Like we are getting good value here. Like that's the thing is that go on. Sorry, I totally cut you off.
Sorry, I was just gonna say even if you sign him for a little more, you give him like a mil bump, you're at 6. Oh well.
Yeah.
You get Mr. Consistent that has clearly been able to put the Rockies in winning situations, unlike others, to where the Rockies are down 8 runs in 3 innings, and then you're really like your chances of winning that game are so low.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think like I'm looking at his stats real quick. We're going like a little over this, but I mean he's got an ERA plus, which is just it's a average stat where 100 is the average pitcher. He has an ERA plus this year of 110, so he's 10% better than league average. You can't look at the raw numbers. The 4.43 ERA is not flashy. Like that looks kind of ugly to I think every other fan base in the MLB, but to the Rocky, that's great. Like I mean, again, that shows in those underlying metrics that he has proven that he has been very, very good, and I think he's been pretty solid, all things considered, at Coors Field. I think he's been pretty solid. I'm going to check his home road splits. I'm sure that they're a little worse because that's
and he's the definition of solo home runs won't kill you.
Oh my gosh! My gosh, dude, he's been better at home. He has a 3.93 ERA at Coors Field currently. That's insane. That is actually crazy. He's a 4.91 on the road. Wow, that's shocking, honestly. But that's just how it goes. Like I don't know. He's just been able to do his thing. Again, the home runs are an issue, but like, dude, it's all solo home runs. That's like all he does is give up solo home runs. It's honestly crazy thinking about how many solo home runs he gives up.
Can you look that up?
I think so. I think
while you talk, I'll look that up.
Yeah. Oh, now you got me looking. Yeah, I won't look. It's all you. But yeah, I mean, I fully agree in the bring him back. I think he has totally earned that chance to come back, and so I agree with that 100%. But while you look that up, I'm going to really quick start going into the next series. Next series, Rockies now have to go into San Francisco, and we've talked about this so many times. Historically, they do not play well in San Francisco, even no matter how bad the Giants are. The first game, and it was really awesome to watch, honestly. First game, Kyle Freeland was absolutely dominant. He pitches 8 innings with only 1 earned run allowed, walked only 1 guy, only struck out 2 somehow, but managed to just keep his foot on the gas and just shut down the Giants offense. Zach Veen hit a 2-run home run into the bay. It was a splash hit, which was really cool to see. We had RBIs from Mickey Moniak, Willie Castro, and Troy Johnston. They all drove in some runs. And Bernardino actually closed out the game and got the save as the Rockies ended up winning 5-2. So that was just a really good, solid pitching performance from Kyle Freeland. Zach Veen has been just awesome, honestly. He has been so much fun to watch and really fun. And so that was awesome. Did you get the Sagano stuff or no?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Oh, you're not going to believe this.
Oh.
So Sugano has yet to give up a 3-run home run or grand slam.
Mm-hmm.
He has given up 16 total home runs. How many solos do you think he gave up out of 16?
14. 14.
Yeah, 14.
14
He's
solo.
given up 2 multi-run home runs.
That's
I think
insane.
it's just when he has no guys on base, he's a little more, I don't want to say carefree, but he's willing to throw riskier pitches.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's some of it, but
Yeah.
that is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He's allowed 16 home runs, and only 2 of them have been more than a solo.
Yeah, that's awesome. Honestly, that's just.
And this is from the Purple Row.
Yeah, no, I mean that's just absolutely insane. If I'm being honest, that's so funny. Well, thank you for doing your thing, Sagano. That's funny.
Yeah.
But next up, in the game, so yeah, Rockies win that first game on the back of a great performance from Kyle Freeland. Second game, not as great. It's pretty much the complete opposite. The Giants dominate here. I think it was Logan Webb pitched, and he's someone the Rockies never do well against. And he dominated again. And Lorenzen, unfortunately, just awful yet again. 3 2/3 innings, allows 6 earned runs on 3 walks and a strikeout. Just could not do anything. Connor Norby had a double. Yeah, agreed. Connor Norby had a double. That was his first hit as a Rocky, so good for him. He's actually had a lot of solid ABs, and he's walked a decent amount. He just hasn't got a hit. Hadn't had a hit yet. But it is what it is. Cole Carrick had the RBI, but unfortunately, otherwise the offense was just complete garbage, and the Rockies lose 7-1. Just one of those pretty bad games. I actually didn't watch any of this, and I saw someone on Twitter say just like this was the most boring game the Rockies have played all year, and that's saying something. Yeah. And I was like, well, I'm glad it's the one game that I missed because it was apparently really not fun to watch. But luckily they saved the best for last. There was another Gabriel Hughes start in the rubber match. And unfortunately for him, he just again struggles. It's the snowball thing we talked about, I think, last week, where when he doesn't get runners on, it feels like he's efficient and he's doing his thing. But it's like the moment that a runner is on base, he really lets it snowball. And it happened again yesterday, where in 4 innings, he allowed 7 runs on the back of I think it was like a 4-run or 5-run second inning where he allowed a 3-run home run to Rafael Devers after just continuing to not be able to get guys out.
That was not his fault.
No,
because
the pitch was crazy.
A foot low and in. Like a foot.
Yeah.
He also, sorry, one last thing. He didn't nibble this time. He did not nibble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
that's the only positive I give him from this game is that he did not nibble.
Yeah, it was a pretty rough one, unfortunately for him. But luckily, finally, I feel like it never times up perfectly. But luckily, this time the offense timed up well with when the pitching was bad, and it was just better. That the Rockies offense was absolutely insane. First off, Adel Amador. I don't know if this was his first start since being back. I think it was.
Yes, it was.
And the first pitch he saw, he just hits an absolute nuke to right field for a 3-run home run. He also had 2 more walks in the day, so he had a really good, solid day at the plate.
He went 1 for 1.
Yeah, yep, 1 for 1 with 2 walks and a 3-run home run. Um, and then Brett Sullivan did again his thing. He's this week he actually filled in for Hunter Goodman for most of the week because Hunter Goodman has been sidelined a little bit with like a shoulder injury of some sort, and so Brett Sullivan was filling in as the starting catcher all week, and he hit a 3-run home run. Also included a walk. He's been doing his thing, and we'll talk about him. I have some stats for him. I looked, every single starter in the game had a hit except for Jordan Beck, but he had 2 walks and 3 runs scored. So he still did his thing. He got on base and he did what he needed to do. And the bullpen picked up Hughes in a massive way in 5 scoreless innings and for Frasso, who got his first major league win. So congratulations for that. Parker Mashinsky pitched a scoreless inning, Herget pitched a scoreless inning, and Agnos closed out the game. As the Rockies win 13-7. And also of note in this was a crazy play where Zach Veen scored on a wild pitch that was literally like a foot away from the catcher. Like it was like a blocked pitch or whatever, and it skirted just behind him to where the catcher couldn't see it. And Zach Veen broke instantly, and he barely got his hand in at home, and it was super fun to watch. It was crazy. And he just adds like this. I mean, him and Cole Carrig both add this like this energy to the roster that honestly I don't think the Rockies have had almost the entire time I've watched them, and I've watched them religiously since like 2014. And like
they're giving a little Jake Cave.
Yeah, but at least a Jake Cave, but younger and not like because the way Jake Cave would do it was like as an older, like a veteran presence vibe guy, whereas these guys are like the contributing like underdog type guys that are going to be overlooked in like the national spotlight because they're Rockies. So, but yeah, absolute crazy good win for the Rockies. So the Rockies end up, like I said, going 5-4 on their road trip. And they beat the Giants for the first time in a full. They beat the Giants in a season series for the first time in a full season since 2018. This was also the first series win in San Francisco since I think 2022, which is just really sad, but it is what it is. But yeah, no, that was really good stuff for the team this week. I mean, like we said, they just needed to go 2-4 and I'd be happy. And they went 4-2 in these last 6 games. So they did their thing. So that was really awesome to watch. So I think, yeah. So do you have anything else on the series that they played?
No, Amador. I'm sorry, I was wrong. I said I would do it because I'm the biggest Amador hater on the planet.
Yeah,
and he simply proved me wrong. We'll see what he does going forward, but that game specifically, you proved me very wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And also, the Rockies, as of now, they have yet to play the Dodgers. They are on pace for 65 wins.
Okay. So, yeah, that'd be 2 more. That'd be, what, 97? Yeah, that'd be 65 and 97. So, that would be great. That'd be some good stuff. Crazy stuff. So, getting into, I guess we got some good and bad. So, I'll start with the bad really quick. There was some transaction news today for the Rockies. And this one, like I said, writing has been on the wall for a while. I'm honestly shocked it has taken this long. The Rockies have finally DFA'd Michael Lorenzen. I think it was only a matter of time with how he has played this year. So it is what it is. I mean, I think that Tanner Gordon is going to just fill his spot in the rotation, which is what I think they should have done, honestly, at this point, 3 starts ago. But, you know, they finally made the move. This is a move that honestly I don't know if like a former front office would have really done because I think they would have been too embarrassed to. Because they were like, oh well, we're paying this guy so much money, it's embarrassing to have to cut him. But it's also like he's not just not doing whatever. Like he's not just like being fine or bad. He is actively losing you games. Like you don't have a chance now to win a game when Michael Lorenzen starts because he has just been so abysmal for the Rockies this year. And while that, I mean, that just stinks, but that it just is what it is right now. I mean, he ends the season with the Rockies going 3-7 with a 7.08 ERA. Having an above a 7 ERA in August is insane. That is just absolutely crazy. He was worth negative 1.8 WAR, which is just absolutely insane.
Can you look at his ERA plus?
I can.
32.
Is that your guess, or
That's
do you
guess.
know that?
Yeah, that's my guess.
Checking. His ERA plus this year was a 69. Nice. So.
Oh,
that's
okay.
Funny. That's the thing.
Obviously not as bad as I thought it would be.
That's the thing is that ERA plus is not going to be quite as harsh to Rockies, even though like their raw numbers are going to be a lot more harsh than like those type of numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, the Rockies have lost the last 4 of his starts and 5 of his last 6. Where the earned runs that he's allowed in those games have been. He lost one where he only allowed 1 run in 5 innings, so that's a brutal loss. But then he allowed 6 earned runs in a win, so I guess those balance out. But then 3 earned runs in only 4 innings, 7 earned runs, 2 earned runs, and then 6. And it was just it's not going to get it done, sadly, and it is what it is. Rockies needed to make this move. I am all for it because I think now Tanner Gordon can slide in pretty easily into that rotation spot. They called up TJ Shook, so he's just going to fill in for Tanner Gordon, I think, in the bullpen, and that should all work out pretty nicely. And then good stuff I want to talk about really quick is Brett Sullivan. I want to highlight him. So in his last 10 games, I have his last 10 games up right now. He is batting .345 with a .759 slugging for a 1.146 OPS. He has 3 home runs and 3 doubles with 11 RBI in his last 10 games. He's just been absolutely insane. And this is all for filling in for Hunter Goodman. And he's just been doing his thing. And it's really good because like the Rockies now, their catchers, I think, lead the major leagues. If you combine both of their home runs, which I think if you were to combine them, it's 41 home runs. And that leads the league by like 6 home runs for like each team catcher wise. So that's really cool. I'm honestly really happy for Brett Sullivan, and I wouldn't even mind them possibly bringing him back because apparently he has been a really big leader in the clubhouse and big vibe guy, and I would not mind keeping him around. I think they found a diamond in the rough with him because I mean this was a guy that only had like 100 games of service time with the Padres I think last year or something coming into this season. So like I think they really found a good one with him because I think he brings a good energy for the Rockies that they needed. So, but
yeah, give me him over Fulford any day of the week.
I think that's the conversation going into next year is what they will talk about.
Yeah,
and so I agree. But next up, we've got a little bit more of a talking point that I feel like Rockies like media has been on for a while right now, and I'll let you lead the conversation, but I'll just say it like is that TJ Rumfield, it's the rookie of the year stuff, and you know I don't think that TJ Rumfield will win it regardless. I don't think he will. But like the fact that he is getting so little love is kind of crazy, and I will let you take it from there.
Yeah, let me get a drink.
Okay.
No, just this is despicable. So we'll talk about the betting odds. JJ Weatherholt leads the way for -150, and I'm not gonna. The only other person that's remotely close is Sal Stewart at +115, which I think deserves to be number one right now,
Mm-hmm.
hands down. Like I don't know why it's a competition at this point. And then Nolan McLean and Carson Benj at 30-1 odds. So if you're not a betting man, I believe that's what is that plus? Is that plus
I think
3,000?
it's 3,000. Yeah, that's what it would be.
That's
Yeah,
despicable.
100 to 3,000. Yeah, it's 30.
So both of them, and then Esmerlin Valdez, who is kind of new to the scene.
Mm-hmm.
See, I think he got called up a little late.
Yeah.
He only has 56 games, so he has less than half of TJ's games. So I guess he's played about half the season so far. He's at 45-1 odds, and then there's TJ Rumfield in the 6th spot in the voting. It's just they're clear. It's just classic Rockies deflation. They can't get anything good or nice in the world. If TJ Rumfield was on the Yankees, if they didn't trade him and Ben Rice got hurt and he's playing, I guarantee you he's 1 or 2 in the AL Rookie of the Year voting, no question. It's just the fact that he's not a Rocky. So I'll read some resumes here. Like I said, Sal Stewart, I think, should win, and he is statistically better than TJ Rumfield this year, which I have no problem saying at all.
Mm-hmm.
But the favorite, JJ Weatherholt, the only statistics that are somewhat meaningful that he beats TJ in is WAR, which is only because he's a shortstop. Plate appearances, meaningless. Home runs, he has 3 more home runs than TJ, and then he's a bag stealer, so he's got 13 opposed to slow TJ Rumfield's 0. But every batting stat when it comes to average slugging OPS, TJ Rumfield blows him out of the water.
Mm.
So at least half a point on pretty much every single one of those. So that's just number 1 versus number 6, which just doesn't make any sense at all. So that one's just blatantly wrong. And I'll talk about a guy who's a little closer, Carson Benj, who I believe is an outfielder.
Yes, for the Mets.
He is only better than TJ in 3 statistics. Plate appearances, which I don't really.
That's not really. Yeah, like they're pretty similar. Like they're very.
That's
close.
like the drafting Travis Hunter or Travis Hunter winning the Heisman due to more snaps.
Yeah,
Didn't know that was a meaningful statistic.
Mm-hmm.
He has 1 more home run than TJ, and he has 18 stolen bases. And as I've said, TJ has 0. But TJ blows him out of the water in every category about the same distance. It's actually funny. Carson Benj and JJ Weatherholt are actually similar batting wise, even though they are 4 spots apart. So yeah, I mean, it's just classic Rockies deflation. I'm actually surprised I'm not ranting really hard right now, because I think it's come to a point of acceptance.
Yeah.
I've been more angry about this whenever this first started coming out, and TJ was in the top 5 at one point.
Yeah.
And I was pissed. But it was like, whatever. I know he's not going to win. And to see, you can't really compare pitching. Nolan McLean's been pretty good, but
it's kind of hard to compare.
He's the only pitcher on that list. So it's like, it's just because he's the best rookie NL pitcher, which he has like a mid-3 ERA, and he's been fine.
Yeah.
So it's hard to compare those two. I think TJ should still be ahead of a guy that has a mid-3 ERA as a starter. But yeah, I mean, TJ Rumfield just deserves more love. He's not flashy. He's a quiet guy. He just kind of goes about his business. And it's just sad to see that such a good Rockies rookie season is just kind of not getting noticed at all by anyone.
Yeah. I think a few things that really, I think some discrepancy when you look at the WAR, like you said. I think, again, Carson Benj, when it comes to him, he is not quite the offensive. He's got slightly rate stat wise, he's not better. Like you said, he has one more home run than him. I think again, a lot of his WAR does come from the fact that he is an outfielder, and you're going to get a little more WAR if you're at least a solid outfielder. And Weatherholt's big discrepancy comes from the fact that he steals more bases. I mean, both of them steal more bases, though that's a big WAR thing. And then also, JJ Weatherholt has been a pretty solid defensive shortstop, which in turn with WAR stuff is more valuable than even an above average first baseman. So I think that's where you're seeing a lot of that discrepancy. Now that doesn't make it right or wrong, but that's where that discrepancy is coming from. And like you said, I think the fact that St. Louis is a pretty big market, and they've been a little bit better than they were supposed to be this year. Like they were supposed to be like battling out for like the worst team in the NL, and they have not been this year. So they have a lot more eyes on them. They have a bigger market, and so I think that's a big reason why. Also, JJ Weatherholt, I think, has just been a highly touted prospect for a bit. Carson Bench, again, being a Met, he's going to have a lot more eyes on him. Sal Stewart, again, I think he's just been very good. So, yeah. But I agree that I do think a little bit of like a solid amount of the Rockies, or of TJ Rumfield not getting a lot of love, is because he is unfortunately a Rocky.
Yeah. And if we compare positionally, like if we were to put a plus stat on it, TJ Rumfield has the second most defensive runs saved at first base in the National League.
Yeah.
That's not rookies. That is all of the first basemen. He's only behind, I believe, Ty France.
Yeah, Ty France has a crazy year this year.
So if you compare them, how good they are at their position compared to the rest of the league, TJ Rumfield is better at first base than JJ is compared to the best shortstop.
Yes. Yeah.
So
I agree. That's the thing, is I agree with you 100%. But it is what it is. We'll be fine. Things will be fine.
Yeah.
What's happening, bro? What the flip? This is weird. This is bugging out like crazy. Stop it. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it down. All right. Well, do you have anything else on that?
Nope. Free TJ. I don't know. I don't really know.
Hashtag free him. Yeah. No, don't free him, because that means he's gonna get traded. That's what that means.
Well, free him from Rockies hate.
Okay, there we go.
Don't free him from the Rockies.
Yeah. I agree. But all right, good stuff. So I think that's everything with the major league team. I feel like this week, like nothing. Like they did what they needed to do. They won the games. Had a few stinkers, but they're the Rockies. They're gonna have stinkers. So, but good things happen in the minor leagues too. Some Rockies draft picks this year from 2026 have now made their debuts, including Daniel Jackson and Jack, I think Natalie or something like that. Whatever. Nat Tilly, I think it's Natalie or Natalie. Both catchers, I believe. They're both the catchers, the high-ranking catchers that they drafted. And both of them hit home runs in their debuts. I don't know if it was their first games, but like it was the first game for Daniel Jackson. It was his first game that he hit a home run. So that was really cool. And then Natalie hit one a few days later. So that was really cool to see. And then Rockies got another minor league player of the week this week. What was his name? Jordy Vargas, right? Yeah, Jordy Vargas, who pitcher for Spokane, won. I think it was just like minor league player of the week. They do the player of the week thing, so he did his thing. So that's really cool to see. It's always good to see like our farm actually performing well. That's really nice to see. So, and I see that you included the Rockies actually new draft prospect. What is it? prospect. Oh, farm. That's it.
prospect ranking.
Yeah, farm rankings, because that's a big thing right now with the draft. Now they're set. Now all of the 2026 draftees are now being put into the numbers and the rankings for draft stuff, or for the farm system and everything. And the Rockies now are, according to, is this just MLB.com? I think they are number 16, which is higher than they have been in the past. Like the last few years, they've been pretty low, I feel. But 16, yeah. So 2024 midseason rank, they were 12. Then 2025 preseason rank, they were 18. 2025 midseason rank, they were 24th. And at the beginning of this year in 2026, they were ranked as low as 27th in the major leagues. But this year they're now up to number 16, and that's just from the trades that they made this year.
Deep plan.
It's the trades that they've made this year, and then also the draft, the good solid draft that I think the Rockies had this year helps a lot. Top 100 prospects, the few that they've got here listed. Ethan Holiday is slotted in at number 25 on the top 100. Rolly Brito, the outfielder for I think Spokane now, is rated at number 55. Charlie Condon, number 58, and then Tyler Bell, who is the Rockies' first round draft pick, the shortstop. He ranked in number 64. So that's good stuff. Good stuff there for sure. Yeah, I mean that's I love seeing that. I love seeing the Rockies have a prospect or a farm system that's getting highly rated from national attention wise. That's always nice to see.
Yeah. And especially like the Rockies coming off a season where they had the second worst record in StatCast era.
Yeah.
Which for those who don't know, StatCast era, it may sound new. It is not.
Yeah.
I think StatCast era was 1901?
Oh, like the modern era is the modern
era. Sorry,
StatCast era. That's like 2016.
That's
like no, modern era is like 1901.
I meant.
Yeah.
Since baseball's such an old sport, people say modern era and like the 2000s.
No.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So the fact that they had the second worst team in the modern era and had the preseason ranking of 27. That is about as bad as it can possibly be. The floor really can't get much lower.
No.
So the fact that they've already won 7 more games than last year at this point, and they're on pace to have like a 20-game increase. And then their farm system also jumps in the middle of the pack, which middle of the pack I'm totally fine with.
Yeah.
Absolutely okay.
Yeah, I agree. And again, think about it. Like the Rockies this year, even with as bad as a team as they had last year, they only could get they could only get as high as a number 10 draft pick this draft in 2026 because of the way that the CBA worked, which who knows how that's going to be next year. Don't know how that's going to be. I don't even know when they're going to decide that because I don't know if that's going to be decided until they come up with a new CBA, like who gets the draft when. But the Rockies, either way, should have a chance to get another pretty high draft pick next year, considering they're probably still going to end the season with the worst record in baseball. But yeah, I mean, it's good stuff with that. Again, the injury earlier this year to Ethan Holiday really is brutal, but he'll come back and I think he'll be good. I'm excited to see Tyler Bell debut. I don't know if he's going to debut this year, and if he does, he's not going to get many games, but that's just the nature of it. I think he had like an injury during the college season this year, and so I think they probably just want to address that now, which I think would make total sense. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. I'm pretty excited just that our farm system's been pretty good, is getting better for sure. So, but yeah, that's. Oh, and then do you have anything else on the farm system and minor league everything?
I'll say Rolly Brito has really shot up a lot of national boards this year. Like I know he's super young, but also he wasn't looked at very much before this season, but he's performed so well that he's starting to get a lot of eyes on him.
Yeah. So he's 19 years old right now. This year in the minor leagues, um, between the two teams, he has an 857 OPS. But he's hitting 318 and has a 373 on base percentage. So he's just been doing his thing. He's currently listed on MLB on MILB.com. He's listed as a third baseman, which I'm kind of shocked by because I don't really see him playing that much third in the majors, but who knows? That's kind of where they're kind of playing him at. Yeah, this year he has not played any third base, so I honestly don't know why he's listed as a third baseman. he's a
outfield and second base.
Yeah,
I think is his.
He has played 38 games at second base and 63 in center field, with 5 also DHing. So, but that's the thing, dude.
You
is
know,
it like we
Pete
like
Podesta loves positional versatility.
I mean, this is and the thing is, he's a switch hitter as well. This is pretty much a Dominican Republic version of Cole Carrick right now. Obviously, a lot younger. But this guy, I mean, he's not going to hit for that much power, but he's an average and on base guy that's proven that he can do that. And so I know that the Rockies have been pretty high on him for a while because this was a international league or an international free agent that they signed for a long time ago. So, yeah, they signed him. He was, oh my goodness, he was a catcher when they signed him in 2024. He was listed as a catcher. So, and then now he's just listed as a third baseman for some reason. But that's really funny. But yeah, I mean, he's shooting up those rankings, and I honestly think for good reason. He has been pretty solid for sure. Born in 2007. That's just crazy to look at, dude. That's insane, bro.
Oh, it's not good.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, we need to skip over that.
Yeah. But yeah, and I think at some point I wouldn't mind doing like a more like in-depth, just like now that we have the rankings now of the minor leaguers, that might be worth going into a few guys that maybe keep an eye on, maybe, and through the rest of this year or beginning of next year type of thing. But before we end it, got to do the home run draft. Since Matthew's not here, I'm on home run draft duty. And so in third place, we got Drew, which he has 17 home runs. Yeah. In second place, we got Matthew with 35. Brett Sullivan has added a few for Matthew in the few recent days, so that's good for him. And then I am in first with 59. So Zach Veen finally has been called up, so he's got me 2 more home runs. So yeah, that's where we're at with the home run draft. So, but I have got nothing else, I don't think. I guess, who do the Rockies play? They play the Dodgers this week. They play 3 against the Dodgers.
And Guardians.
And then they host and
then
Cleveland.
Yeah, which then they played the Nationals, but we'll be recording in the middle of that game, but we won't talk about it.
Yeah.
We won't have much on it.
Yeah. So, I mean, Cleveland, I don't know how great Cleveland is right now. Probably pretty solid. 65 and 57. I mean, they're about 500. They're always going to be a solid team.
In the AL, that's fighting for
a playoff spot right now. So they right now, like we said, the Dodgers are kind of reeling, quote unquote, for their standards, and so it's going to be an interesting one. I mean, especially after the road trip we just had, going 2-4 in these games, I think would be fine. I mean, I wouldn't mind, another series win. But we'll just have to see what we do. So,
holy crap!
But
this is a crazy stat.
Huh?
So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 3 teams make the wild card. The Cleveland Guardians are 8th right now in the wild card, and they are only 1 game back.
Yeah, dude, it's bunched up like crazy
At
in
a
the
60 and 65 record.
AL. Yeah. That's
They're going to be fighting.
Yeah. That'll be interesting for sure. Oh man.
Yeah.
And then the NL, it's like the Cubs are way up, and then there's a little bit more of a break because like the Diamondbacks and the Padres are there. The Reds are starting to heat up. But yeah, we'll just see. And the Diamondbacks, but whatever. But I've got nothing else. If you've got nothing else, right? Nothing else more. All right. Well, thank you all so much for listening. Go Rockies, and we will see you guys in the next one. All right. Bye.